Greetings, everyone. I'm Steve Cook. It's your time for your school board regular meeting recap for the May 13th board meeting. We started really early. We had an early executive session at 3:45 and then went straight into budget committee meeting and then carried our normal meeting at 5:30. A lot to talk about. Executive session was just about my evaluation as superintendent. It was a great conversation, I'll say on behalf of all of our board. Second thing was the budget committee meeting. Lots of questions that we answered for budget committee members and board members, which during the budget committee meeting that was recapped, a couple of clarifying questions, and the budget committee submitted the budget to the board. Now it sits at the board's table for approval at our next meeting. The regular meeting started at 5:30. We had two great celebrations to start off the meeting. And the first thing we did was recognize our Student Voice Council seniors and thank them for their service. Those Student Voice Council seniors are Iris Marshall from Ben Senior High, Finnegan Howell from Summit High, Elena Tarr from Summit High, Lindsay Lewis from Mountain View High School, and Elliot DeMartin from Realms High School, also Taylor Worth from Ben Senior High, and Quincy Bernal from Ben Senior High. So just celebrating them for their great efforts this year as leaders and seniors on the Student Voice Council. Our second celebration of the night was our recognition of AT Maker instructor Carrie Craybill at Pacific Crest Middle School for her work with students building technology, resources, and solutions for students with disabilities. Great opportunity to highlight their work and the work that she's doing in that class, in which students actually work on finding solutions to students that might have a disability and build a technological answer to those disabilities. Just a really cool opportunity to celebrate her work. Our Student Voice Council report today was delivered by Daisy Chavez and Iris Marshall. Daisy was speaking, Daisy's at CHS at Caldera High School, and wanted to remind folks to please attend the Kinder Fiesta on May 17th from 10 to 1 here at the district office. Iris Marshall is presented on bias lessons and how those are going through the Student Voice Council, and I just want to appreciate Iris as one of our seniors. We had one public commenter, Robin Vora, who had previously commented about a year ago about ability to access school grounds after hours, and came back after we've made some efforts to try to make our grounds more accessible by the general community. He was appreciating our staff and team for providing that level of accessibility, but then also said there's continued work to do with increasing opportunities for pathways and trying to prevent parents from Pilot Butte Middle School students from parking on the street while they're waiting for their student to get out of school. So we still have work to do. The consent agenda passed 6-0, no questions. There was a lot of information available to our board on consent for information. We did follow up to board questions from last month on our sustainability plan. We also had quite a few board policies that were being submitted after extensive review. The memorials policy, drug, alcohol, and tobacco prevention policy, student publications, our AI policy, which was 2 months ago because we had so many comments that we had to figure out how to work through, our policy public comment practices, and our Section 504 student policies, along with transportation for students and community use of our district facilities. There was also several reports in there, one on student transportation and one on technology. And then we went straight into our reports, and the board heard a report from Director of Curriculum, Dean Richards, about Math Medic being our recommendation. This was just a report. Next month, we'll go back to the board for their action. But Linda Clark and Dean presented that information and had a mini lesson that was presented to us by Summit High School math teacher Jackie Greenwood to help explain how the Math Medic curriculum works and to give them an example of that. Lots of really great questions on that. And then our action items were follow-ups from last month's meeting in which we were presenting several different curricular pieces. The board listened to our recommendations and approved secondary science and health curriculum. So we now have a 6 through 8 science curriculum adoption that is started, and we have 9th grade pure physics that were adopted tonight by the board. And then we also have 6 through 12 health curriculum that was adopted. That was voted on and adopted 6-0. And then I presented on 3 things for my superintendent's report. The first one is just thanking my Noreen Kay for my opportunity to sub in her class yesterday. Thanking a shout out to Anthony Macias as his support for being a part of the Student Success Coordinator classroom and his work in that class. He's phenomenal and was great support. I also wanted to talk about the closure of the advisory committees. We've met several times this year, had a lot of great feedback from those, and we will look forward to doing something like that again next year. And then last but not least, a reminder that the May forecast comes out on Wednesday, May 14th, which is tomorrow. So pay attention if that's something you're interested in. Just a quick shout out on director's comments. Director Tomlin gave his shout out to Cameron Savatelli, whose forestry team finished 2nd in the state. And we're very proud of our La Pine High School team for doing such a great job against lots of larger competition. We adjourned the meeting at about 6:55. Our next meeting is scheduled for June 17th, 5:30 here at the district office. Thanks for tuning in. We'll stay in touch.